let's do this. Hey you guys, I'm Kristen and welcome to the Gold Project. If you are new here, welcome. We hope you decide to become a part of our community by clicking that red subscribe button below. Also hit that bell notification so you are informed every time I post videos. I post videos at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on this channel, we have a mission to get organized, on a budget, and with a plan together. So I hope you decide to click that red subscribe button and to become a part of our community and our mission. So before we get into today's video, if you have not checked out my first 2 videos, I guess we're gonna call in this series, I'm gonna leave those in a card above. I shared my adult memory boxes, I wanna say a month or 2 ago. That's what got this entire process started. And then last week, I shared a video on how to get rid of emotional clutter. So definitely check out those 2 videos before watching this one. And I will put those cards above in the little eye. So today is probably going to be the hardest one of any of these to do, because we are going to tackle some paper clutter. And I'm talking about like old cards and newspaper clippings and I mean all sorts of paper things that honestly I don't like to go through, because I have to address really emotional things. Like I never know, should I keep cards that people send me? Should I not keep cards that they send me, even if they have a personal message? And I have newspaper clippings all the way from when I was probably like 5 in kindergarten in this tub sitting in front of me. So this is probably not going to be the only video dealing with this paper clutter. I'm going to say this is going to be the first video. Now we need to keep those things in our mind that I went over in the emotional clutter video, how to get rid of emotional clutter. Do I need it? Does it bring me joy? Am I going to look back on it? All of those things I need to keep in my brain. I can tell you right now, the one set of things that I know I will keep, and I'm going to come up with a good system for it, are the cards that my husband and I gave each other since we started dating in 1998. I have all of that in this tub. So those are the main things that I know I want to keep, because every one of those, I wrote a message to him and he wrote a message to me. So how we're going to organize those and keep those will be determined. So we will get to that. And excuse my legs, you're gonna be able to see my legs in this video, it's okay. So this is what I'm looking at right now. You guys, this is one of those crates that I use normally in a classroom, but I had an extra one here and I just piled everything in here when we did the adult memory boxes. I mean, this came in a separate box. I wanna say these are all cards from, my mom and them as I was growing up. So I do wanna take a look at these. These are all Derek's cards, Kate's cards. So these are the envelopes. You've probably seen them. If you've seen my school memory storage video, you've seen these before. I will link that video in a card above too if you've not seen that. And I'm probably just going to set these aside, because I already know right now that this is Derek's and this is Kate's. So anything that I see in this tub that is for one of them, I'm gonna put it in their envelopes. And you may say, why are you gonna do that? Because I really don't think that it's my right to go through and declutter things that are theirs. One day, if they decide they don't want any of it, then they can get rid of it. But this is addressed to them. So everything that is theirs will go in here. And I can tell you that my daughter is very sentimental. So she will go through this. She will look through all of these cards, because she does that quite often. She goes through all of our photo albums. So y'all, anything that is theirs, and look, this is a letter to Santa. So anything like that, cards, their birthday invitations, anything that is addressed to them, I'm gonna put in their envelopes. So, and set those aside. I just really don't think that it's my place to declutter their things. So, and then we're gonna go through here. I mean, look at this, you guys. This is just crazy. And then here are the cards that I was talking about. So, first thing we're gonna do is sort. So I'm gonna sort all of these. These are the greeting cards. So we're gonna set those aside. We'll go through those last. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through here. We're gonna sort based on things I wanna keep, things I wanna get rid of, and then person and all of that kind of stuff. So let's get to that. So the tub is now empty. That is an accomplishment, but I've got piles of papers all over the floor. It may seem like a chaotic mess, but it's actually, I kind of know where everything's going to go. I'm not going to address those cards until in a minute. So everything down here, I have a stack here that needs to get trashed. So I'm going to put all this in the trash. Okay. Now, these two things, I'm going to cut these down and put these in Derek's little envelope, so that's good. So this stuff here, those are the cards that are going to go through in a minute. Kate's picture needs to go in her school memories box. Okay, what we're going to address first is this pile right here. Now, Nathan's got a pile back there too, but we're going to address mine first. From when I was basically all the way through school. So I've got papers that I wrote. You guys, these are what I kept the most. Anything that I wrote, I kept. So what I'm about to do is I am going to get 2 envelopes out for our memories. So what I'm not just going to shove them in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get us 2 folders here, 2 of these black folders. And I am going to sort everything into sheet protectors in here. Like the newspaper clippings and things. I think I'm going to put those. I mean, look, there's me. Look at me on the right. So some of these, because I don't need the back. So I think what I'm going to do, this might take a little bit of time. I'm not going to be sharing this. I'm just going to share the very end. So I'm going to go through this entire pile here. And I'm going to sort based on date. The newspaper clippings I'm going to tape to a paper to put in a sheet protector and then put those in there. See, that needs to be trimmed down. I don't need the very top of this. And I'm going to place it on a piece of paper and put it in this folder. So this may take a little bit of time, so I am going to pause for a bit and then I will come back and share the finished result with you. It is roughly about 45 minutes later and I finally have my stuff all put in here minus the cards. I'm going to go through the cards, that little box of cards, the white box. I will go through that in a second, one step at a time, one step at a time. So I've got everything put in 2 folders, and yes, I said 2 folders because I had too many things to fit into one. So I've got it all cleaned out, and basically I'm doing for this part the same process that I did for Kate and Derek's school memories. So I've got all of my things put in sheet protectors and in the little plastic prong folders that you can get for like 50 cents at Walmart or Target. Okay, before we get to that, look at the trash. So I've got all of that trash came from this pile in the floor. So that feels nice to have all of that taken care of. And now these are the things that are going to go into my memory box. So we will start with these things. These 2 will just get placed in here. This is, I don't even know if my mom knows I even have this. This is from the church bulletin when I was like 3 or 4. What year is this? Does it say what year it is? I don't even think it says what year it is. Oh, 86, 87. So my sister was a baby in here. So this is going to go in there. And then this is my journal. Lisa Frank. Who else was a huge fan or is a huge fan of Lisa Frank? This was my 5th grade journal. It is full of things from 1993 that I wrote. If you notice, I like to keep everything that's writings. So those 2 things are going to go in here. And then I've got these 2 folders that I just put together. So I sectioned everything out. The first section in here is all of my writings. All of the writings that I felt like were memorable and that I want to look back on. And then I go into my report cards. I had a huge selection of report cards. And I really can't show you those. There you go. I'll show you a little bit. There you go. It doesn't have any personal information on it. That's what report cards used to look like when I was little. So I have those all the way through my senior year. Then I have some awards back here. And look, I got the Perfectionist Award in one of my computer classes, which does not surprise me at all because that was my favorite section of classes in school. I loved all of my computer classes, my computer teacher. So just all awards. And y'all look, I don't have these anymore, but I still kept them. My Cabbage Patch Kid certificates. So all of those are awards. So this is report cards, writings, and awards in there. Then the second one here has newspaper clippings. This is from a program I did that I still remember. I was an H in the A through Z play. I was an H. This was kindergarten, I think it was. That's when I made homecoming court. So I put all of these little newspaper clippings that I wanted to keep on papers. Look, let me see. Here's me right there. Man, I had some messed up hair. There's me right there. And then down here, that's me right there. So all of those, I kept these. That's me right there. I showed that to y'all already. So all of my newspaper clippings all the way through high school. This is from, that's me right there. And when I made homecoming court, that's me right there. So all of that's in here, y'all. That we already did address that in the adult memory storage boxes. So that is basically newspaper clippings and some programs and photos in there. So all of these are going to go into my vinyl pouch here. And y'all, I will link these below. I need to go to the Container Store and get some more of those because I know I'm going to need more. So these are all going to go in my adult memory box that is sitting right over there. It is roughly 30 minutes later, and I now have Nathan's stuff done as well, and I'm going to put it in his memory box. So I do have a newspaper clipping that I laminated in here already from when he became the head coach where we live right now. Then I have the exact same things in one folder for him. He doesn't have as many newspaper clippings and all of that I do. So that's going to go into this folder, or vinyl pouch is what we'll call it. And then he did have a lot of baseball cards and things. So what I did was I took them out of the old plastic sleeves they were in, and I put it in one of these little small zip little plastic pouches from the Container Store that I had in our extras bin. So then I'm just going to put this inside of this as well. So if we need to add any more to this, it's in a little pouch. So that's all going to go in here. And then this is going to go in his adult memory box. And then we're going to start with the cards, which is going to be the hardest part of this entire process. Overall, I feel like the cards are going to be the part of this video that may have a part 2 to this video. So we are going to take this one piece at a time. So there are several different types of cards that I have in here. I have the box right here of cards from my childhood. I have cards that were given to me and Nathan from our kids. Then I have the cards to Nathan from me and to me from Nathan. Those are the cards that are probably going to get handled last, and I have an idea for those, and I want to get everything else done before we get to that difficult section. So the first thing that I'm going to look at are my childhood cards. So I have no idea what is in this box. We're going to look at it together and we are going to see. Okay, so here is the box. It says KLM. I'm sure my mom kept these from baby outfits that I had. This can be tossed. I have no idea. Oh, that's my high school graduation thing. I might need to keep that. Okay, now to the cards. Here's the thing. Like, I have tons of cards from my mom and other people. and they all say basically the same thing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to keep every card. I'm going to keep ones with messages in them and extra special ones. So like that, I'm not keeping that. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through here right now, and I'm just going to section out the ones that I feel like are extra special and have something written on them that's more than happy birthday and my name on it. All right, about 10 minutes later, and I have this whole process done with the childhood cards. So these are the ones that I'm going to keep, and I'll kind of go through them and share with you why I'm keeping all of these. This is the stack that I'm getting rid of, so I'm just going to put those in the trash. And y'all, that was cutting down on like half of them. So this is all that I'm keeping from my childhood. These are cards. Some of them really don't have anything written in them, but here's the thing. Like my grandmother and my papa, who have passed away, this was 1991, and it has their handwriting on it. So I definitely want to keep things from them. I didn't keep every card from them, but I did keep a nice amount because I just want to see their handwriting. So I kept just a variety of cards. Here is a postcard from my grandparents when they went to Gulf Shores. Isn't that funny? Because they used to go to Gulf Shores all the time. My granddad was a huge golfer, and now that's where we go every summer. So I just kept a nice selection. I kept almost all the cards my sister gave me because she always sent me or gave me the funny cards. Like this says, "Sister, it was nice growing up with someone like you, someone to lean on, someone to count on." And then the inside said someone to tell on, I think, and someone to tell on. Yep. My sister and all of them. So these will actually go in one of these smaller vinyl pouches here, and I will put these directly in my adult memory box, and then we will get to the difficult cards. So that is going to be the last step, are the cards from my kids and then to and from my husband. Okay, we're going to take the cards section from the kids and me, my husband, and all that one step at a time. We're not going to rush this process. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove everything from the little mini binders and sort. So these are the binders that I had everything put in up until 2017. You guys, I thought this was a fantastic organizing project here. I was like, oh, I think I've nailed it. No, I didn't, because I've not even opened this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything out, and I'm going to section it from, like, to me. I think that's my, no, that's Nathan's. To Nathan from me, to me from Nathan. And then I'm going to have a stack to and from our kids. So all of this is fixing to get pulled out and moved over. And then these binders, I will not be using binders for this. These will get put in my extras bin behind me. Okay, I have all of the binders put away, all of the sheet protectors put away, the dividers, all of those extras that I'm not using for the cards anymore. I put all of those things away, and now I just have two piles. I have a pile that is my husband's pile and a pile that is my pile. And I did notice as I was going through, the cards have, once Kate was born in 09 and once Derek was born in 2013, the cards not only have Nathan's name on them, but they have the kid's name on them with like messages that he wrote me, and then vice versa. So there was not 4 sections of cards to and from them like I thought there was. So everything was grouped together. So basically I've got 2 piles in the floor. Let me show you the 2 piles. So these are the 2 piles that I have. This is Nathan's pile. This is my pile. So basically from Nathan, from me, and look what I had kept. This makes me so happy. I've kept all of these aren't all of them, but a nice assortment of cards that went with flowers that he gave me. This was the first ever, did I put 1997, that he gave me. It says, hoping to have more than a friendship. This is before we ever started dating. We didn't date till 1998. And for some reason, something in me, I guess, told me to keep this. And I did. So I've had this since 97. So I will keep all of these. So here's the thing. Those, I don't really want to put them in binders. So what I am thinking So I think this is where I'm going to end this first video today. So you have seen me organize all of the papers from our childhood. All of that is organized. It's put in our adult memory boxes, and now we are to the cards. You saw the cards that were mine from my childhood. I put them in the envelope and I put them in my memory storage box. I got rid of over half of those. Even as I was putting them in the envelope, I went through and I got rid of more of those. So that's a good assortment from different people from my childhood. Now we're to the special cards. My husband's cards and my cards from each other. So what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking that I would like to go through and I would like to take pictures of the front and the messages inside and create shutterfly books with those. So I wouldn't need the actual card anymore, because I've taken a picture of it and I've made it into a memory book. So that is where I am thinking I'm going to go with these two stacks. So I think I'm gonna leave it as these two piles here. I'm gonna put them in some kind of organizer to sit in my office, and then I will go through those once Christmas is over and I have some extra time to sit and look through. And I really do think that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna take really good pictures of the outside and the messages on the inside, and I'm going to create a shutterfly book with the cards printed out, and then I will share that in the next video. So this should help you get started with your paper, emotional paper clutter, I guess you would call it. And hopefully you'll get up to the point that I am right now. And then when we get to the second video, we should finalize all of this. And I hope that the way that I decide to organize these special cards, I hope it helps you as well. So that is where I'm going to end for today. So I hope this video has not been all over the place, and I hope that it has helped you a little bit. So the common question for today is, do you keep greeting cards from your loved ones that they give to you? How do you go through them? Let's get a conversation going about how to organize greeting cards. So share that in the comments below. Let's get that conversation going, and let's help each other get rid of some paper clutter. So you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a big thumbs up. By giving my videos a thumbs up, it shows YouTube you're engaged and you like my content, which means they'll start suggesting it and recommending it to more people, which means our community will grow and will continue to spread positivity. Also, I hope you hit that red subscribe button to become a part of our community and our mission to get organized on a budget and with a plan together. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.